anywhere from 6 inches to a foot in front where the gas is actually going to fire up to have combustion air space in front. So that's why quite often you'll see water heaters really kind of snugged in. Now you got to have ample room or sufficient room around it to do maintenance, to reach around the back of the water heater, that kind of thing. But that whole 12 inches all the way around, that's the default if the brand of water heater you're putting in is unlisted. If it's not listed or certified, the state is going to say 12 inches. If it is listed, it's going to say, show us the installation manual, which, by the way, before you even commit to a water heater, David, you can pull down, that's the glory of the internet these days. You can pull down their manuals online and just check it and say, oh, look, they only want 2 inches of clearance. All right, now I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Yeah, it's still in the box. I haven't taken it out yet, so I haven't seen if there's any documentation for it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. You don't even have to open up the box. You can just take that model number and go online with it and get the manual, right on your computer and read exactly what's got to happen. Yeah, as far in a garage, a gas appliance needs to be on a pedestal. They want that ignition source and the flame 18 inches above the floor of the garage.
This is inside the house in the laundry room.
Yeah, it's going to be the same as well. Yeah, they're going to want
it. So it's got to be 18 inches. And then can I put the vent in the door? The access door?
Oh yeah, Again, they're going to have a requirement in the installation instructions saying that if it's in an enclosed space, the vent has to be so many square inches inside. So the vent, of course, you can put a vent in the door, but you're going to want to have the vent the proper size for what the unit requires. And that's it.
Okay. You got time for one more quick question?
Super quick. Sure, go for it.
Okay, it's about an airless player that you buy at Home Depot for $400 or $500. You think that's a waste of money? To rent one is you're going to paint a hole outside of a house with horizontal siding and roof and stuff. It's quite an intimidating task. I was thinking of buying a throwaway airless, but I don't want to waste my money. What do you think? Rachel XR7 or something like that.
Yeah. There was a time when I would say, shake my head left and right and say, no, don't do the airless player thing. I mean, they're kind of gimmicky and they're glitchy and whatever, but they have come an awful long way. So, if it's a small project and a one-off, definitely rent something, okay? It's going to do it yourself because you're going to save a lot of money and you don't need the hassle. But a big project like the entire outside of the house, today's the better airless sprayers, they're quite impressive. They really are, and they get the job done. So check reviews on whatever product that you're looking at. But I can give a recommendation to a lot of them these days because they've come so far. David, thank you for your questions. I hope that informs you and helps everybody else kind of figure out what the whole water heater clearance story is. When we return, let's just dive back into clearance fees, shall we? If you're on the line, hang tight. We'll come back to the phone. But when we return, let's talk about a really tricky thing and one that gets very emotional for people. Tables. Dining room tables. How much room do I need for that dining room when I'm trying to shove it into this multi-use space that everything else is in at the same time? We'll talk about that when we return. So glad you joined me this morning. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer on KFI.
For the KFI listeners who think for themselves, every day is Independence Day.
KFI.
KOST, HD2.
Los Angeles,
Live, everywhere, on the Action Radio app.
Favorite travel underground. I'm Brian Damon, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA County Sheriff Villanueva says adding more armed deputies to the Metro train system has reduced crime and made passengers feel safe. Operation Safe Travel started June 1st for a 30-day trial run. Villanueva says the goal is to deter crime, increase the visual presence of law enforcement, and relocate 5,700 homeless people living on the trains, buses, and platforms. The sheriff says they've made contact with 1,133 homeless people.
Also made 205 arrests on the system.
20 felonies, 169 misdemeanors, 16 infractions. So that's working very well.
The sheriff is threatening to remove all his deputies from the metro system if the metro board doesn't allow the deputies to fully enforce the law. Sheriff officials say they are evaluating the operation for a possible extension. He's regularly testifying areas.
News brought to you by River Hero. A new bill in the Senate includes a few revisions on current concealed carry rules in the U.S.
And we are going to emphasize that criteria: your criminal history, your mental capacity, who you are as an individual. As long as we define it in less subjective terms, will hold up in future Supreme Court.
California Democratic Senator Anthony Portantino says the bill would require applicants applying for a CCW license to provide any criminal history, set the minimum age to 21, impose gun storage and cleaning requirements, and limit the places that are authorized to carry firearms in public. The bill passed the Assembly's Public Safety Committee this week. Governor Newsom has signed a new state law ending arrests for loitering for prostitution.
You will see divided sex workers and advocates saying a rare 9-month delay since state lawmakers passed the bill last year. Newsom noted the bill doesn't legalize prostitution. It revokes provisions he says led to disproportionate harassment of women and transgender adults. The measure also will allow those who were previously convicted to ask the court to seal the record of conviction. Some law enforcement groups say the repeal will make it harder to confront those who commit crimes related to prostitution and human trafficking and to help those being victimized. Mark Ryan, Kfi News.
Users of the UC Riverside say buying a home is out of reach for more than two-thirds of families in the Inland Empire. UC Riverside Tanner Osmond says home prices in the region are up nearly 20% from last year to $544,000.
We effectively have limited supply, which has been pushing up house prices.
Osmond says building permits are up in the area, which will combat rising prices, but he says it'll be a while for the permits to become actual construction. Officials in Long Beach say there are 3,296 homeless people living in their city. The annual count was done in February and shows a 22% jump in people living in camps or on the street and a 380% increase in those living in a vehicle. Those in the study said they were homeless because of issues like money, mental illness, and domestic abuse. The last count was done in 2020. There was no count last year because of the pandemic. 47 Republican lawmakers say the month of June should be called the month of life to celebrate the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Virginia Representative Carol Miller introduced a resolution yesterday that says the right to life is a founding principle and the right to have an abortion does not exist in the Constitution. June is already recognized as Pride Month to support the LGBTQ community. Pretty song, but not so bad news. Aerosmith lead singer is reportedly no longer in rehab. TMZ says Steven Tyler was only supposed to spend 30 days in a rehab facility, but he actually stayed for longer than that. He had relapsed following foot surgery. In May, it was announced for Tyler to go to rehab, and the band canceled its upcoming residency at the Park MGM in Las Vegas so Tyler could focus on his recovery. Now taking a look at KFI traffic, we have got a crash on the 250.
Riverside is a fatal crash investigation on the southbound side of the 215 to 4 Center Street. Only the right lane open. That's up to James Bank of Barton Road. In Newhall, we have the crash here on the northbound side of the 5 at the 14. A fatal crash investigation here as well with the car versus the pedestrian. All lanes shut down there. You're backed up heavy before the 210 and Hooper Square on the northbound side of the 5 before the brake check. Only the left lane open due to a car fire, but also caught the hillside on fire. Back up there is the 4 Templin Highway. KFI in the sky helps get there faster. It's Bucky. Hey, remodeling your kitchen, that's a big deal. Kitchens are the heart and soul of our homes, which is why, no matter how ready you think you are, you're probably not until you have been to the kitchen store. We start our clients off at the kitchen store. Why? To inspire them so that they can see what's really out there. And we always hear the same thing afterwards. Oh my gosh, we had no idea. No idea how many door styles and colors and finishes there are. No idea how much storage we could achieve. No idea how many configurations and accessories and options there are in a 21st century kitchen. That is why a great kitchen starts at the kitchen store. 7,000 square feet of pure inspiration waiting for you right after 405 in Culver City. And there was a totally free in-showroom consult with an expert kitchen designer. They've got 12-month famous tax financing, pricing that beats the big boxes, state-of-the-art computer design to start that new kitchen right, set up
up your free consult by dialing 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN, and find them on the web at 310kitchen.com.
Southern weather from KFI, low clouds and fog, then sunny, mid-60s to low 70s at the beaches, mid-70s to low 80s in metro LA and OC, low to mid-80s in the Inland Valleys, and upper 80s to low 90s in the IE. Temperature's going to cool down slightly tomorrow, stay that way through Independence Day holiday. Right now it's 65 degrees in Irvine, 65 in Fountain Valley, 62 in Culver City, and 63 in Inglewood. Really local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Bruno.
My mom used to call it cozy mystery. Yeah, so if there's a formula for that, I noticed that show anyway. Those type shows never formula. If I was into, the introduction and getting the bad guys on speed. Like the show stories that have parents and stories and there are suspects. So that we lead viewers down a program. And with a little add-on, exactly. It's more interesting to suspect that you're guessing, okay, with you, that's what you love, is at home. There's always mystery. So yeah, but what is it about this mystery? I just think more curiosity. Okay, I think it's really intriguing. I want to get that dark aspect of looking at it. We'll go into some more things that, but drive something. Yeah, I think it makes us feel more safe. You kind of sort of understand. Look at your closure. God, I joke this thing. The joke is the shows. Yeah, I like the shows. I watch it. She has no bad. I should watch it. It's not hard to build. Very fun for us. So it's genre difficult. So yeah, where's most lines over the air? Shows. And you produced for 11 years. I love it. It was great. It was such a highlight career to be part of that organization to help bring some kind of justice. Without it, there doesn't just keep things up there. And this was an opportunity.
KFI
It was
AM
successful anywhere.
640.
All the shows that were generally successful there.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to home. Welcome to the second hour of our program, where every week we'll help you better understand that place where you live. I'm Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, custom home builder, custom home designer, here with you live like I am every week on Saturdays from 6 to 8, Sundays from 9 to 11. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you with your home, from construction issues to being a design mentor for you. That's what I'm doing today. Because when it comes to transforming that place where you live, design matters most. But mostly, you know what? I'm just here to be a friendly voice in your morning, helping you build yourself a more beautiful home. I hope a more beautiful life, and to do it all more affordably and more artfully than you ever imagined. We're talking about critical dimensions and clearances for our home. A lot of DIYers trying to figure out how to plan out their new remodel or their addition or even their new home. And I love it. In fact, we demand as designers, when I say we, I just mean female, not all designers or architects